Hey, folks, thank you for being here. I want to apologize for those of you who were here yesterday. Had some technical difficulties, but we're going to power through today. So today is our weekly wrap-up trading show. We're calling it Wins, Losses, and Lessons, and we're going to talk about some of the things that happened. And boy, it was a week. I mean, it was a great week for a lot of us, but I understand there are some of you out there who had a terrible week. And this is the sad side effect of someone like Jerome Powell having that much effect on the world. He opens his mouth, and I think I mentioned it that I had a trade on the New Zealand dollar Swiss franc that went nuts because Jerome Powell started talking. Man, what does he have to do with that? But anyway, it was an interesting week. I wanted to go over with you some of the trades that we had this week and show you what the strategies. We got these three main strategies that we are trading right now. And I've given them all names. We've got Frank and Forrest and Bob. And they are based on different areas of trend trading. And I need to put out a video describing them. But if you imagine that nothing ever happens in a straight line, right? Even if something's going up, it's going up in a wave. So Frank, Forrest, and Bob each grab onto that trend at a different point. So as price is going up, Forrest will say, all right, I'm going to get in when it pulls back. Frank says it's pulled back, it's going sideways, and it's ready to break out. And then Bob says it has broken out. So they're all three based on trend pullbacks and continuations. I'm a firm believer that on the higher time frame, like the daily and the weekly chart, trend trading is the way to go. So anyway, we're going to look at those, and we'll dive into that right now. Make sure I can get this working, and let's get my face out of the way. And let's get my face completely out of the way. There we go. All right, so this is my live account that I'm trading on Awanda right now. These are just Forex because that's what Awanda is. Of those three strategies, you can see I'm up 1.25% for the month of December. Not bad. I am happy to I'm happy to make 1.5–2% a month. This is our first month trading this. We made 1.25%. I'm on board with that. So let's take a look here. We've got we haven't had that many trades in this strategy. Let's see. We've had some total of, where are we at here? 7 trades total. I don't know if you can see that or not. We've had 7 trades total. Let's look at the history. Where's the history at? Way down here. So we've had and they've all been Frank trades, which is the price has gone sideways and it's ready to break out. Now we have several open trades right now on Forest, which is when the price has pulled back, and we have one open trade on the breakout. But so far, this has been a fairly good strategy. I'm happy with it. The win rate is around 57 to 60%, which is right in line with what you really would like to see. And we've got a positive expectancy. That's the main thing. Our expectancy is, what's our expectancy on this thing? Down here, it is, well, it's one of these. It's hard to do this vertical format and have to scroll back and forth. So also, I want to just keep you updated on what I'm doing on my personal trading account. We've got this over here. I'm trading a Darwin X account, and you can see I had a pretty good month. Remember, you have to double these numbers to get to the 1% per trade that it should be at. There's a whole reason it's not, but so for the month, I would be at actually ended the month on Darwin, from Darwin X's standpoint, ended the month of December 2.27% up. Now you say end the month, yeah, I'm out, and I wanted to get into that for next week. We've got 3 of the 5 trading days next week that are eaten up, that are used up, that are basically days that there's nothing's going to happen. We've got Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and then Boxing Day. You're like, hang on a second. You're an American. What's an American has to do with Boxing Day? Well, Boxing Day is celebrated the entire British Commonwealth, which spans the globe. So there are lots and lots of people, lots of markets, especially London, with all of the market movers over there in London. They're going to be so Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday are just out. I mean, when you have low volume like that, when the big boys are sitting on the sideline, here's what happens. It doesn't take much of a big person coming in to move the markets. I mean, if you have an individual with a lot of money, they can move the market almost like a BlackRock can by taking action because there's nobody else trading that day. So low volume can often lead to high volatility in swings that you wouldn't otherwise expect. So all of that to say, it looks like Santa Claus for the rally, he may or may not have showed up. If he did, he showed up a little bit on Friday. If I was you, if I was me, and I am me, I am not trading at all next week. I'm just going to monitor the trades that I do have. I'm not getting out of what I'm in. I'm going to reduce some risk, and if I see moments to take profit and take some risk off the table, I'm going to be doing that. But this next week is a week of, if you're not in a trade, just take that time to prepare for the coming year. I do have, speaking of don't take trades, I do have one trade I wanted to show y'all. I've got a newsletter that I'm putting out. Today's will be the inaugural issue. And for the members of the paid community, they're going to get all of the picks, but I'm giving out one. I don't call them Pepper's picks just because I like alliteration. I'm going to show you the one that I had found. If this was, where's it at? If this was not heading into next week, I would absolutely love this trade. So this is Wells Fargo. The entire financial sector has been beat down lately. Matter of fact, I had a pretty decent trade this past week on XLF, which is the S&P ETF that is specifically for the financial market. And it looks very similar here to Wells Fargo. But we've got a Bob trade, which is a breakout, starting with the lowest of this candle. And you put your stop loss above the high of that candle there. And you can make about a little over 1-to-1 on this trade. It's a great setup. I am tempted to take this setup myself. And if you don't have an opinion about Christmas and lack of volatility, then you might go ahead and take this. But it's a good looking setup for a breakout to the downside, riding that all the way back down to that demand zone down there, around $65 for Wells Fargo. So I'm going to put out these once a week, looking at some good trades we had and previewing a positive trade. But one of the Bible verses we talked about this past week was about being diligent and not being hasty. Again, from Proverbs. I love Proverbs when it comes to elements like business and wealth and trading. Solomon had an amazing. You look at, I was going to say, he had amazing life and an amazing career that spanned lots of different. He had a lot of different chapters in his life. From his older brother was trying to kill all of his younger brothers, to being married and having this nation dropped in his lap. Like, I've got to take care of these people now, which is why Solomon had his amazing prayer, which is where we get our motto from: serving God, serving traders. And Solomon's prayer to God was, God, give me the wisdom to to do the job you gave me to do, to lead this people and please you in the process. And so this is the mission that we have here: is God, give us the wisdom here to serve traders, and by doing so, serve you. But anyway, Solomon's had this proverb about not being hasty for wealth. So you look at a trade like I showed on Wells Fargo, and yeah, it's a great setup, and it's a classic breakout setup in my book. You look at the timing. Oh my goodness! This coming week, anything could happen. Sometimes you have to apply a little wisdom in an area you wouldn't think you would need to. You've already tested the strategy. You've already done everything you need for this strategy. You've already built that faith in the strategy. We talk about it in the book that I endlessly plug here on our live streams. We talk about having faith in your system that you have spent time and built. All right. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. That is backtesting in a nutshell. So yes, you do have faith in your system, but you do have to take overall market context into account and apply wisdom at the same time. You're not just a robot. This is why trading robots are so hard to find good ones, because they can only do what they can do. So being focused on trading the system is fantastic. But when you have situations like this, if Christmas was falling on a Friday or a Saturday, we wouldn't be in this situation. But we got New Year's Eve. I said New Year's Eve. If I said New Year's Eve earlier, forgive me. Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, and Boxing Day in the middle of the week, taking out that entire chunk of the middle of the week. So you got Monday and Friday is all you got really of normal trading days. That scenario lines up to where don't be hasty for riches. Let's just another one. I love know the state of your flocks. Right. This is a time to reflect on what you've done for this past year, get set up for the next year. And for me, I'm taking this coming week off. So take that. If this is not trading advice, take that as you would. If you'd like a trade setup, there's your one on Wells Fargo. That's a good one, but I'm not taking it myself. So I should let you know what I think about the setup. Setup's great, the timing is bad. Let's just put it that way. So that is it for today. I will be live tomorrow night only inside the Facebook group, and you can find the Facebook group link right here. It is free. It's open to anybody who wants to come and join, but I'm only going to be live inside that Facebook on Sundays. That's our weekly group get together, talk amongst ourselves kind of situation. But apart from that, I'll be back here next week on Monday, and I'll see you all then.